Now, Yuppie you all know, but just in case there's one person in this room who doesn't know the Yuppies are, as you know, it comes from Yuppie, young urban professionals. This started in America in the 80s, and there are millions of them worldwide. Many books have written about them. But I took that one step up and I made it Yuppie Muslims. So they're the same young urban professionals, but this is the Muslim group. Do they exist? They very well exist. Some people, the politicians call them the Facebook crowd because of the recent uprisings, but they are the same people. There are many studies made about them in America. I was very interested even to see nearby here in India. There's even a book by Mr. Arun Kumar was written recently. Myself, I've already spent more than 10 years studying this group, and that's how I wrote the book about them, Yuppie Muslim. What's the size of this market segment? If you easily, well, we all know very well that the Muslims worldwide are 1.8 billion today. So even if you say, for the sake of argument, 60% of the Muslims are illiterate, only 40% are educated, are doctors, engineers, and that will still give you a market of 700 million. Which services and products can we offer that market segment? I'll give you a few examples. You take, for an example, a Visa card. I'm holding a Visa card, but it's issued by Oman International Bank. He's holding a Visa card, but is offered by the Indian bank. She's having a Visa card, but it's been issued by the Norwegian bank. It's the same Visa card. So today you can have a product that can be worldwide. You don't have to say, well, my market have to be in one country. Another example I can give you is in fashion. We did it as a trial, as a research last year, whereby we would take a Muslim designer from Senegal, or a Japanese designer lady who is based in London, she is Muslim. If they just design a t-shirt for Eid, let's say, or Ramadan 2012, you could sell that through the internet to the world. So there's many ways to reach them. Another way to reach them, you take the media. If you look now, Robert Murdoch, he's starting a new newspaper that especially will be only distributed through the iPad. Now, it's very simple. You pay just $2.50 subscription a month, which is less than what these guys, the Yuppies, pay for a coffee at Starbucks. But if you look at it, the other side is $2.50, but $2.50 of 600 million or 500 million is a lot of money. So you see how the market comes into play. You can look at from travel, for example. If you look last Ramadan, from France alone, 50,000 went to Hajj or to Umrah. Imagine the Muslims are the worldwide. So let's say somebody, for example, like Islamic Travel, makes a package for the Muslims in London or France, whereby they say, hey, listen, why you travel 8 hours just to go to Umrah? We will give you a stopover in Dubai. You do a shopping 3 days. We cross you for a day because Arabia and Emirates, they fly now. We will show you to all the Islamic regions like the old Damascus or Cairo, and you get shopping. So there are many ways to catch that. And there are millions of them. There are Muslims in Brazil, in Australia, and Senegal, everywhere. Then you can say how to access that market. Well, as I said, Murdoch is doing that. We are thinking now, for example, let's say yuppiemuslim.com. You can have a website that all the Muslims worldwide, they can go to it, look, what's the new products, what's the new ideas. Here in Dubai, for example, we, Abram, are specialized in Islamic communities, marketing, research, PR for that. In London, for example, there's Unitas communication. So there are many ways to reach these people. There are many ways to access that market. You may say what tool or what language to use to reach that market or to interest that market. One thing about them, from the 10 years I've been studying them, you catch them easily for a bit within the social life. Social in terms of the social networks, of social issues. So corporations who want to attract this market, they will do very well to develop their social corporate responsibility departments. For an example, like now, here in Dubai, we have the organization FAM, which is a non-profit. We specialize only in serving women interests. So far in the Gulf states, like the rest of Islamic countries, our head of states, day and night, they talk, we want to serve women, we want to advance women's issues. But if you notice, they're always conference or seminar. So it's just talk, talk, talk. So these ladies got together, and now they have no henna party, no morning coffee, no seminars. All they do is they sit, put together business idea, business package from A to Z. This is a pen, how you produce it, what you need to make it, what workshop, how to market it, and then they put it to a group of ladies. So they have this business, and they get help with marketing. So there are organizations like that, corporations like Emirates, like Qatar Bank, could serve this kind of woman. So there are many ways to reach the Yuppies through social issues. Another example I'd like to give you, they are also like all the other Yuppies worldwide, the Muslim Yuppies, they're into this sharing concept. People in Facebook, they want to share with friends whatever they do, whatever they've seen, whatever they've done. They are also into it. So we are looking now into something, for example, you must have heard recently the comics book by written the Kuwaiti Dr. Mutawwa. Now they are making into a TV series. Now the characters are 99 superheroes. Most of these superhero characters are orphans who get a calling from God to do good. So what we're going to do is take some of that heroes and tie them to the schools, whereby this evening episode will be released this morning on your iPads, the brief of it or the script tonight. And you may say, iPad, yes, I've seen it myself, I can prove it to you, Dubai. Here in Dubai, in the Gulf GCC states, as young as age as 9 now, they have iPads and iPhone phone in schools. So you can reach. So by that, they look at the script in the morning. In the evening, they see the episode. Then they spread among their friends what their comments are, what they have added to the script, what feelings or emotion they got from the script, and then through their school, they can do an activity whereby what good from this week's episode, what good have they done in the community. Then each school, through their teachers, they upload that to the YouTube. Then through the Muslim community, people vote for which the best school in the world did what. By winning, so this part of sharing. So now the airline, the big corporation worldwide, they can have audience, somewhat of us young, and that work well with their policy of catching them young. So there's a number of ways to reach that market, communicate that market, but I don't have time for it, so I'll just move on. How to deliver? Well, you can deliver products. You don't have to be there where in the country they are. We learn a lesson from Amazon. Amazon, little company in a warehouse somewhere, in a back of somewhere in America, is selling books to us all over the world. And we are paying for it. Particularly now with the new technology, even you don't have to use your credit card. You can pay now with your phone, from your phone, smartphone now. There's another way. Also, we can do franchising. There are many ways to reach that market. Okay. What influences the purchase decision of this market segment? One thing, for example, I studied well during the last month. They are like the young Yuppies in other parts of the world. The Muslims are the same. They want you to push for them a product, but don't push it as, for an example, don't push for something to them like a tool. The way Amazon pushed Kindle. Amazon just pushed Kindle as a gadget for reading. If you look at Apple came with the iPad, particularly now the iPad 2, as a multi-purpose, something flashy, nice to have, handheld. So to them, it's not a gadget. It is something they want to be part of it. If you look at the queues that were all over the world queuing to buy the iPad next morning, most of them said, I want to be part of it. So they want to belong to what they buy. That's one of the things catch them. The other thing is that they are like every others. They like also to show off, but because of a bit of Islam in them, because of the education in them, they don't want to show it off bluntly. So this is why you notice, even those who don't have big salaries, they buy big purchases. If they buy a car, they will buy a good one. If they buy a watch, they will buy a very good one. So quality is important to them. Brands. What brands cannot even... It's very unfortunate. We still, and until today, we as Arabs have to buy... No, Muslims, I beg your pardon. We still have to spend all our money investment in buying into other ready-made brands, being it Porsche or others. If we create brands, this 700 million market segment is there. We can very easily catch it because they are into brands like others. And we already can learn from each other. We have, for example, Dubai. A few years ago, nobody knew who Emirates were. Emirates was born yesterday, and today Emirates is bigger than Air France, is bigger than KLM combined. So we can build brands. It's not difficult. But without branding, because branding, it gives these people belonging to their communities, to the world. They feel they are also part of the world. So unfortunately, we want or not, you have to go through to them through a brand. And as I say, the brands are there. And this is explained to you why Cola, the one from Iran, despite pushing it with all the Islamic talk, it didn't get anywhere. It's because they didn't brand it, they didn't learn branding, they did Iran international branding. As I say, simply the brand gives them a global connection. It involves them with the community they have in through the activity, the social responsible brand. Thank you very much.